Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, all series videos. Thank you so much for the likes, the comments, and for subscribing. In this video, I'll be updating you on his mistress child. Guess what? Ashok sees Yashoda and Krishna. You need to watch till the end to find out how it happened. Please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to click on the notification button to be notified anytime I drop a new video. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up. Tell me what you feel about this video in the comment section. Let's go. Krishna's voice echoes in Ashok's ears. He sees two girls praying and prays Kushi Kush Kushi Kush. Some people hear him singing. Yashoda thinks of Ashok. He recalls happy times with his wife and children. A sadhu comes to Ashok and asks him to return from where he has come. Ashok says, if I return, then everyone's peace will go. Everyone will hate me and will not have relation with me. He says I can't answer them and don't have the courage to face the truth. He says they might be hurt with my absence there, but everyone's wound will be healed slowly. He says nobody will get happy and I will not be happy too. He says I have to take Diksha and take Sayas. Sadhu says, then don't try to catch the past. Yashoda asks Krishna, why you said that to the stranger guy that you are my father's son? Krishna says, I will not lie to anyone and will face the truth. Ashok calls Yashoda and asks if Papa is found. Yashoda says, not yet. Just then, the hotel staff guy comes there, singing Kushi Kush. Yashoda asks, where did you hear this song? The guy says he heard someone singing it. Krishna asks him to take them there. They run to go there. Asta and Nupo informs everyone that Papa is found and Mommy went to bring him. Arvind says we will have party once he returns. He rejoices. Yashoda, Krishna and the guy are running. Ashok is in dilemma. The episode starts with Yashoda and Krishna as they are coming near the river. The guy says he was talking to Sadhu here. Yashoda finds Ashok's ring there. Ashok realizes his ring has fallen there and is coming back. Yashoda says we shall search for him. Krishna says he will surely return to get his ring. Ashok is returning, but then recalls Sadhu words not to catch the past. He thinks he shall leave the ring for him and his future. Yashoda and Krishna keep waiting for him. Kamini gives tea to Amma and Babuji and says we shall call Yashoda as 2 hours have passed. Yashoda and Krishna are still waiting for Ashok. Babuji asks Asta to call Yashoda and put the call on speaker. Asta calls Yashoda and asks if Papa is found. Yashoda cries. Amma asks if Ashok is found. Yashoda says no. Nipo asks her not to cry. Yashoda says his ring is found, but not him. She says we came to know that he was talking to some sadhu. Amma asks her to handle herself and stop crying. Krishna tells Yashoda that it is very cold. We shall go back. He says, I don't think that he will come back here. Yashoda says he will know when the ring comes out of his finger. Krishna says, he didn't realize leaving you all then. Will not realize about this ring. He asks her to come. Yashoda says, I will not come and will wait for him here. She asks him to go. Krishna goes. Ashok looks at his finger without the ring and gets sad. Yashoda is sitting waiting for him. Nupo and Asta ask Amma why Mommy was crying. Amma says she didn't find him till now and she got tired searching him all day. She asks Mawa to feed them food. and make them sleep. Mawa takes them. Arvind asks what is the matter. He asks if Barbie is fine. Amma says Yashoda was saying that she found Ashok's ring and came to know that he was sitting with Sadhu. She says this matter was shocking and says, I am scared what Yashoda might be thinking and going through. She says, how can a wife bear this? And prays to God to give some intelligence to Ashok. Babuji says he has left the world and sitting with sadhus. Your Bahu has ruined him. Kamini asks if this is his age to meet Sadhu. She says once a guy goes to sadhus and sends, then never returns. She pretends to cry and thinks Bai has chosen the right way. You will not return now. Krishna brings shawl for Yashoda and covers her. He asks her to have food and keeps the food in front of her. He asks her to come. Yashoda signs okay. She says, I don't know what God thought and send you to me. Krishna says, my ma is not there, but I have another ma whom I shall take care. He asks, shall we take police help? Yashoda says, we will go tomorrow. She asks, did you have food? Krishna says, I kept both food plates in one and thought to have food after feeding you. They both make each other have food. Later, they attend puja. They reach the police station and tell everything to Inspector. Inspector says, we will try to search all the police. Krishna thanks him. Inspector says, your father will be found and asks him to take care of his mother. He says, she is your mother. Krishna says, she is now my mother. Inspector asks them to search him at the other side of Ganga as well. Ashok sits in the boat. Yashoda and Krishna comes there. Ashok sees them and gets shocked. They also sit in the boat. He sees Yashoda sad and teary eyes. She wipes her tears. Naina's song plays. Ashok also cries. They reach the other side of Ganga and gets down. Ashok gets down from the boat later and sees them going. He recalls Sadhu's words that he shall not hold his past, which is slipping from his hand. The episode starts with Ashok running, seeing Yashoda and Krishna. Amma asks Asta and Nupa to have food. Nupa refuses. Amma asks how you will fight with your father if you don't have food. Asta says if Papa don't return. Kamini says, what are you saying? You both are brave like tiger. She says Krishna and your mommy went to bring your papa. He will come soon. She asks them not to worry. Asta says mommy didn't find papa till now. If he don't return then. Amma asks her not to talk inauspicious thing. Kamini says until your papa returns, you have to stay without him, like Krishna. Asta says we don't want to live like him. Kamini says this is happening because of your mommy. Asta says if papa doesn't return, then I will leave the house too. Ashok is walking still. Asta says if mommy returns without papa, then see what I will do. Ashok hears Krishna asking Yashoda to have strength as he is applying ointment on her foot. Ashok smiles seeing Krishna taking care of Yashoda. Yashoda says, I have so much pain and I don't deserve this. I thought him good and he lied to me all these years. She says he lied to me and then when the time came to face the truth, he ran off. She says, even I want my husband to answer me like you want your father to answer. She says, we have to search him and take him home. Krishna says, then I will ask him about me and my mother, and then I will leave you all with the answers. Yashoda asks where you will go. Krishna says, don't know, but I will not stay with you all. He says, that man stayed away from me for many years. Now I will stay away from him, far away from him. Yashoda asks, how can I stay without you? How Asta and Nupa will live? Krishna says, even I don't know how I will live, but we don't have any other way out. Ashok hears them and gets hurt. He goes from there and sees his inner self asking him to see his sin pot. Ashok says, I always shut your mouth and did what I wanted, and see where I am standing. He says, today I am hearing my wife and son talking secretly. His inner self tells Ashok that he is not Ashok G in front of Yashoda, and now he is stained. He asks how you will answer her if your relation will become like before. He says, Krishna, what about his questions? He has so much anger for you. Ashok says he can't face them. He asks him to think what he will do and says, just now you heard Krishna saying that he will leave the house. He says, even if you don't return, Yashoda will keep him nicely at home. Their relation will be stronger with time. He says, if you return, then there will be distance. And if you don't go, then they will be connected by their same pain. He asks him to take sanyas for everyone's betterment. His inner self asks him to go and pick his photo from Yashoda G. Ashok asks what will happen if I take the photo from her. His inner self tells that it is yet to be seen if you could separate yourself from them. Yashoda says she is fine now. Krishna says he will bring medicine for her and asks her to be there. Yashoda looks at Ashok's photo and keeps it down. Ashok comes there and looks at Yashoda. Music plays. He sees Krishna coming there. He steals the photo frame and runs away from there. Krishna comes to Yashoda and asks her to have medicine. Yashoda finds the frame missing and asks Krishna to check. Krishna runs in search of the photo frame. Yashoda also searches it. She comes to Krishna. The constable sees Ashok holding his photo frame and tells Inspector. Inspector says, what is he doing with his photo frame? Ashok says, I don't have the right to stay with you all, and I apologizes to Yashoda for this also. He throws the photo frame in the water and turns to see Inspector and Constable standing. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and come back for more updates from your favorite Z Word series.